Well, welcome back to the Piney Woods homestead, y'all. It's been an interesting day. We got the internet fixed. Lisa ordered up a couple of parts. It was actually not as much of the internet provider's fault as it was some bad equipment on the inside. Although they have not been stellar in the past. I got a fire going down here by the tractor shed. We're gonna grill up some chicken, Euro, bratwurst. I told Lisa, I said, I know I just did a bratwurst video not long ago, but that was pork, and this is different. And I wanted y'all to see, if you can see me, if you can see how nasty I am, between the hat that's all stained up. This was a new hat just a couple weeks ago. Y'all, we processed chickens this morning. We had 20 more rangers to do, so Lisa and Kyle and I and my sister-in-law, Stephanie, came over. She wanted to learn. So we were teaching her how to process birds. Got those done. Then I got cleaned up. Kind of rested for a little bit because I got a big excavator job to start here in a day or two. So I needed a little bit of rest, but Kyla and I were going to move Buttercup down to this lot that Samson used to be in. She's going to get topped out. She's already topped out. We're just maintaining her till cold weather. She's going to be put into pork cuts. We were trying to move her and I forgot I had a weak spot in the run, the chute going down to it, where we had to do that. I don't know if you remember the temporary fence for Samson because it got so muddy, so we turned him out. I had a weak spot. She jumped right through that thing, y'all. That's what a hog will do. And it took us about 15 minutes to get her back in there. And then a bunch of boards. Fortunately, I had a bunch of boards milled up from the sawmill from a few weeks ago, and we put a nice barrier in there. So in the morning, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise too high, Gary, tractor talk with Gary, got to throw that in there because Lisa didn't say that on the last video, but I guess that's kind of my catchphrase. But we'll get her moved on in there. She's going to take up residency there until probably the first cold snap that we have, where we got cold temps to kill a hog. We'll do that. Dixie is getting ready to deliver in about a week. That's why we're moving her. Got to get some things ship shape in the farrowing barn and get Dixie moved in. But guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us at the Piney Woods homestead. Hit that like and subscribe if you hadn't, and if you have, as always, y'all, we appreciate you. I'm gonna get tending this fire, and we're gonna put some brats on here, chicken brats, and Lisa's got something special for me to throw on here in a cast iron pan or a carbon steel pan. I can't remember which one. We'll get to it in a few, y'all. Thanks for being here. So while we're waiting on some coals to burn down for these chicken brats, the Gator is down. I want to tell you about that. I believe it's a bad coil. I put new plugs in it the other day. Y'all, I have been meticulous in maintaining this thing. I've owned it now. We've had it for, well, since 2013. And it was a 2012 model. Never got sold, so we bought it. And I've been meticulous about maintaining it. But I noticed that it was running on what I thought was 2 cylinders the other day. So I changed the plugs out thinking maybe that was it. And it didn't change it. Now I think I'm running on 1. And so I don't know what's going on. The plug wires look good, but you can't see on the inside. So maybe plug wires, it could be coils. So I'm gonna mess with the coils a little bit as soon as I get a little time. Until then, we're using the tractor and old tobacco trailer to haul water to the pigs and do stuff in the garden. But just as soon as I get time, I'll get to working on this thing, figure out which coil's bad, and get me a replacement. Those things are not cheap, y'all. But the fire's burning down. We'll get these brats on here in just a few minutes, along with a side dish. Y'all, this is truly campfire cooking. I'm nasty from wrangling that pig. And it's about 90 degrees and a lot of humidity out here. But we're gonna get these chicken brats on. You can see those. That's hot. And we're gonna cook them to their 165 in the center. That's what you want for chicken. So get those on, then we're gonna get something else on here in a second. Y'all, these chicken brats are double ground deboned breast meat with a little bit of skin in there. That skin is what helps retain some moisture in the chicken and provides a little extra fat to it. Now I'm gonna get something else on here, some yellow Golden Delight zucchini. These things are excellent. And Lisa was telling me that she had heard if you grill them, they taste like honey. So I'm hoping that's the case. All right, Golden Delight zucchini. I love these things. I fry them just like squash. And here's just a standard Black Beauty green zucchini. We're gonna slice them, put them on the grill with just some salt, y'all. That's all I got down here, keeping it simple. And then we're gonna take a cast iron pan. Actually, this is, what do you call this? It's a steel pan, carbon steel from Lodge. And we're going to put in some onion out of the raised beds, along with some red and green bell pepper that Lisa's grown down here in the garden. All right, keeping it simple, some olive oil. Sit that down here on the ground. This is kind of like camping in the middle of summer, which is not always fun. And I'm just going to take my clean pocket knife and get these zucchini sliced up and straight on the grill. Well, that one's not going on the grill. But this one is. And they'll hold up. If you cut them a little thicker, they'll hold up to the heat while everything else is cooking. And I know Lisa's hungry. When we process chickens or pigs or whatever, we don't tend to eat a good meal throughout the day just because we're so busy, and she's been up to canning too. I think we had a bright leaf hot dog for lunch. Plain hot dog. Just to get something in our stomachs. But this meal will be better. All right, just some olive oil on the squash. And keeping it simple with some kosher salt. We can always add some black pepper and cayenne on the plate. Keeping it simple, y'all. And then in that hot pan we got up here, a little olive oil. Now let me get those veggies and throw them on. All right, in with the vegetables. It's a hot pan, it's already sizzling. Throw a little more oil on there. And just keeping it simple with some salt. And we'll give these bratwurst their first flip here. These are not my favorite tongs, but they'll do. Cooking up good. Try to get this a little closer to the heat. Thing about cooking with an open fire is you're not going to have even heat. You just work with it. And get her done. We'll let this cook down for a bit, give it a few tosses, a few flips on the squash, and we'll have supper. Give these vegetables a toss. We'll get them over some hotter heat here in just a second. Check a temp on a brat. That one's done. It's over 180. 186. Remember, 165 is what you're shooting for. That one's done. Move this squash around and get that pan kind of over. Look here. Boy, this is a hot fire. Good seasoned post oak, red oak, and a little white oak. And it's hot. I don't really like green zucchini that much, but if I'm going to eat it, I like it grilled. That's my favorite way. Get those veggies over that high heat there for a minute. Let them kind of sear just a little bit. And then we're going to take it to the house and enjoy it, y'all. Y'all, we're gonna call it done because I got some hungry ladies. Got to keep Lisa happy for sure, because she works hard, y'all. And this will be a good supper. Not really what I'm used to cooking, which is country cooking or southern country cooking. You might could say this is a little healthier. I think you probably could say that. It's not fried. Plenty of vegetables and some lean Ranger Euro chicken brats. Euro's got all those Greek seasonings in it. That looks pretty good, y'all. That's a meal fit for anybody. Guys, y'all have a good day, a great week. Lord willing and the creek don't rise too high. We'll see you on the next one.